Alright, that was an absolute disgrace. It's one of those days where you just sit back and you wonder what is the state of this football club. And I don't need to wonder because I know exactly what it is. From top to bottom, it's absolutely shot. That is just another one of those performances that shows how far we are off the top. Because if you're a Manchester City, if you're an Arsenal, if you're a Liverpool, you are not losing at home to Bournemouth, let alone losing to Bournemouth at home 3-0. What an absolute travesty that was. There was no connection with the defence in the midfield. The defence was an absolute shambles, no organisation. The midfield was an absolute shambles, no organisation. Our fullbacks can't mark the back post. Our goalkeeper, what do you even say about him? We've got Bruno Fernandes suspended for Anfield away next weekend. And before Anfield away next weekend without Bruno Fernandes, where in my mind we actually might start Donny van der Beek, we've got Bayern Munich midweek. We're in such a pickle, it's not even funny. It's not a nice pickle, it's an expired pickle. Like, it's not good. Let's get into these player ratings. Onana, probably a 5. Okay. You know what? I actually would go a 4. I won't go that low, but he's got to do better on probably all of the goals. All of the goals are a blur to me, really, but especially on the... no, actually, not on the 4th one, because it didn't count. It should have been 4-0. But on... Yeah, he really should have done better. I just feel like his footwork and the way he dives is just so wrong and so different to how I see most other goalkeepers, have their technique. It's odd. Dallo, 3, cannot mark a back post to save his life. Him and Wan-Bissaka are the brothers of being a right back for Manchester United that can't mark a back post. I hate all these arguments online. We need to sign Dallo or Wan-Bissaka on a contract extension. Which one will it be? Neither of them are good enough. I hate to break it to you. Maybe Dallo as a backup, but Wan-Bissaka on the ball for me isn't good enough. Maybe away at Anfield. I would probably start Wan-Bissaka away at Anfield because of his defensive abilities, but, I mean, we're shipping 10 in that game anyway. Harry Maguire, probably got to be... I'm going to give him a 6, I think that's low just because we've lost, but he was the only man trying to organise that defence. Everyone around him was just running around like a headless chook. We looked very disorganised at the back, but I can tell you for a fact it was not Harry Maguire. He was easily our best defender. It wasn't even close, to be honest. 6, maybe a 5. Luke Shaw, 2. Like, that is one of the worst Luke Shaw performances I've seen in the Manchester United shirt. I love Luke Shaw. When do we ever see a bad Luke Shaw performance? That was horrendous. He gave the ball away for the first goal. He couldn't make a simple pass for the rest of the game. His ball-playing abilities were an absolute joke. Awful. It was the right decision starting this back four, but Reguilon also was probably a 3. Terrible. Going forward, wow, he had a bit of tenacity, but his first touch is just absolutely terrible. It was so hard to watch today from Sergio Reguilon. Sofiane Amrabat, 2, on the ball, atrocious. Actually, no, you know what, 4. I'm sorry, I'm going for a 2 from a 4, from a 2 or 4. Because Scott McTominay, when we play with him on the pitch, wow, he can score a goal every few games. Well, we're playing with 10 men. Amrabat cannot hold a midfield all by himself. Casemiro can't do it. Fucking Rodri couldn't do it. It's common sense. We cannot keep playing McTominay, Eric. Wow, he scores a few goals. It saves your job. We cannot keep playing McTominay. Amrabat, poor Amrabat, man. Poor Amrabat. He wasn't good. He was terrible on the ball, but he can't hold a midfield all by himself. McTominay won, get out my club. I don't care, he can score a few goals. I was saying it all throughout last player ratings. Yeah, good job for scoring 2 goals, but he still needs to go. We still can't keep playing him. I said it last player ratings when he scored a brace to beat Chelsea. I was warning you throughout that whole video, and it's turned out to be correct. Bruno Fernandes, I'm going to give him a 1, and it's for his lack of leadership. We've got Liverpool on the weekend. He knows he's 1 yellow card away from being suspended for our biggest game of the season as club captain. And he's only gone and going a yellow card in the last minute of the game. Not for any silly challenge, but for fucking dissent, Bruno. I love Bruno. That is horrendous captaincy. It's an absolute embarrassment how bad that captaincy is. Bruno, that is a joke. That's awful leadership. He also gave the ball away for the first goal, Bruno Fernandes. So yeah, he gave away a goal and horrendous leadership. Not happy at all. Anthony, it's got to be a 5, honestly. Like, he was actually one of our best attackers. Like, him and Garnacho can... I thought Garnacho was maybe slightly better than Anthony, but Garnacho was definitely my man to match. And Garnacho wasn't even that good. Anthony and Garnacho were definitely our 2 best attackers. Arguably our 2 best players, to be honest. Maybe not our 2 best players. Actually, what Maguire was maybe a bit better than Anthony, but both of them at least showed something. It's just we've got none of the midfielders to help us out, which we need. Martial, 2. What else? Hoyland, 6. Showed actual fight for the badge and work rate and pressing, like Anthony Martial didn't show. I didn't see Johnny Evans. Pellistri was decent when he came on, and Marcus Rashford actually tried. When you come off the bench, he actually tried for once because he got benched. He starts tracking back, and he actually looks okay. Shock. How about we bench Rashford more often? I mean, he's definitely not in our best 11 at the moment. I'm just trying to figure out who we play in midfield against Liverpool. It's got to be... Eriksen won't be back. Mount's not available. Unless we play Hannibal as a number 10. From the sounds of it, I genuinely think that Donny van de Beek's our best option away at Anfield. Insane. Eric, look, the team selection was good except for maybe Hoyland's still carrying a knock, so I can't determine the Martial Hoyland substitution. That would a selection. That would be unfair. But apart from that, I get why you went unchanged, but it doesn't mean the selection of Scott McTominay is any less embarrassing. All the subs were far too late once again. I thought Reguilon should have come off as well. And all the subs were pointless, to be honest. Like, all the players... We should have subbed Bruno off before the yellow card. That was horrendous coaching. The Rashford, Pellistri, and Evans subs were all pointless. The Hoyland sub was good. It still should have happened earlier. And I thought Reguilon should have come off and moved Shaw wide. I thought Varane should have come on. Even fucking Johnny Evans, honestly. Like, it's got to be a 2 for Erik ten Hag. Submit my votes. I don't know who it will be. It'll be Anthony. I mean, I'm fine with that. Let's take a look at the player of the year votes. It's a bit depressing. Garnacho gets the 5. Maguire gets the 4. Anthony gets the 3. Rasmus Hoyland gets 2. And Facundo Pellistri gets 1. You know Hoyland and Pellistri, where they barely got on the pitch getting votes. You know it's a bad performance. Let's take a look at the top 5. It's actually changed quite a bit because random players get votes in horrendous results. Dalot and Bruno still tied at the top. Harry Maguire now sits in 3rd, and in fact in 2nd, only 1 vote behind Dalot and Bruno. Harry Maguire chasing that 1st spot. Onana down to 4th, and Alejandro Garnacho introduces himself to the top 5. I've got a Villa Arsenal stream to do at the moment, and I'm recording my player ratings. 5 minutes into the game, Villa 0, Arsenal 0. This will be a better game to watch than this, Dross. Bayern Munich midweek, and Liverpool on the weekend. Can't wait. Great time to be a United fan. See you next time. Cheers.